the Eiffel Tower. A monument to arrogance, a monument to love, an engineering marvel, it doesn't matter. It's iconic, it's Paris. And like the city itself, it inspires dreams. Dreams of lovers walking hand in hand along the Seine. Dreams of artists capturing the light as it dances off centuries old architecture. Dreams of, well, let's face it, dreams of really good bread and even better wine. Ever wondered what makes Paris a dream destination for travelers around the world? Let's dive into the heart of this enchanting city. We'll uncover the secrets that make Paris so damn captivating. Buckle up, kids. We're going to Paris. Ausnaam. Vapuzosti alekijk asik. Forget your guidebook. Forget the Louvre, at least for now. We're getting properly lost in the Marais, a neighborhood that embodies the very essence of Parisian charm. Narrow, winding streets paved with centuries-old cobblestones, sunlight filtering through the leaves of ancient trees, the aroma of fresh bread and strong coffee mingling in the air. This is where you come to understand the rhythm of Paris. The Marais wasn't always a charming labyrinth of cafes and boutiques. This was once a swamp, hence the name Marsh. Royalty saw its potential though, and soon enough, grand mansions rose from the muck. Today, those mansions house everything from cutting-edge art galleries to dusty antique shops, each with a story to tell. Keep your eyes peeled as you wander. You might stumble upon a hidden courtyard, a secret garden tucked away behind towering walls. These were once the private domains of the wealthy, but today they offer a moment of tranquility amidst the urban chaos. Grab a bench, close your eyes, and just breathe. And speaking of breathing, let's talk about food. The Marais is a culinary playground. Sure, you'll find your fair share of Michelin-starred temples of gastronomy. But for my money, the real treasures are the tiny hole-in-the-wall joints. The ones with menus scribbled on chalkboards where the owner greets you with a gruff bonjour and a knowing smile. This is where you'll find the best falafel in the city, piled high in warm pita bread and drizzled with creamy tahini. This is where you'll savor the perfect croissant, its layers flaky and buttery, its aroma intoxicating. And this is where you'll discover the simple pleasure of a perfectly poured glass of wine, enjoyed at a sidewalk cafe as you watch the world go by. But the Marais is more than just food and architecture. It's a living, breathing testament to the city's history. This is where the Jewish community thrived for centuries, and you can still feel their presence in the air. So get lost in the Marais. Lose yourself in its history, its culture, its food. This is Paris at its most authentic, its most captivating, its most delicious. And trust me, you won't want to be found for quite some time. XH. All right, let's be honest. You can't go to Paris and not at least peek at the whole absolute monarchy thing. And when it comes to absolute monarchy, Versailles is the ultimate flex. It's a monument to excess, a palace so opulent, so over the top, that it makes your average dictator's mansion look like a tool shed. But here's the thing about Versailles. It's also stunningly beautiful. I mean, drop dead, take your breath away gorgeous. The gardens alone are worth the trip. Imagine perfectly manicured lawns stretching as far as the eye can see, fountains spouting jets of water high into the air, statues of mythical creatures hiding amongst the trees. It's like stepping into a fairy tale. And then there's the palace itself. Prepare to Niger to be blinded by the sheer amount of gold leaf. Rooms upon rooms dripping in gold, from the furniture to the ceilings to the doorknobs. It's enough to make even the most jaded cynic feel a twinge of awe. But Versailles isn't just about opulence, it's also a fascinating glimpse into the lives of the French monarchy. This is where Marie Antoinette uttered her infamous "let them eat cake" line, though historians now believe she never actually said it. This is where kings and queens plotted and schemed, where revolutions were born. Wander through the Hall of Mirrors, where sunlight streams through hundreds of windows, reflecting off endless rows of gilded mirrors. Imagine the courtiers gossiping in hushed tones, the rustle of silk gowns, the clinking of champagne glasses. It's a scene straight out of a history book. But don't spend all your time inside the palace walls. The gardens are meant to be explored, to be gotten lost in. Rent a rowboat and paddle across the Grand Canal, or simply find a shady spot under a tree and soak up the atmosphere. And if you're feeling peckish, grab a baguette and some cheese from a local shop and have yourself a picnic fit for a king, or at least a very hungry traveler. Versailles is a reminder that history isn't just something you read about in textbooks. It's alive, it's tangible, and sometimes it's even a little bit absurd. So, embrace the absurdity, marvel at the opulence, and let yourself be transported back to a time when kings and queens ruled the world. Just try not to lose your head over it. Let's be real, Paris can be expensive, but here's the thing, it doesn't have to be. Sure, you could drop a small fortune on a Michelin-starred meal, but you can also find incredible food at prices that won't make your eyes water. And that's what we're talking about today, eating well without breaking the bank. Tucked away in the shadow of Notre Dame, you'll find a little bistro called Le Petit Châtelet. Don't let the unassuming exterior fool you. This place is a gem, a true Parisian institution. The kind of place where the waiters wear black vests and bow ties, where the wine flows freely, and where the food is as comforting as a warm hug. Step inside and you'll be greeted by the aroma of garlic, butter, and herbs. The walls are lined with vintage posters, the tables are close together, and the atmosphere is buzzing with conversation and laughter. This is the real deal, folks. Now, let's talk about the food. Le Petit Châtelet specializes in classic French comfort food, the kind of dishes that have been passed down through generations. Think steaming bowls of French onion soup, its rich broth swimming with caramelized onions and topped with a crusty baguette. Think perfectly cooked steak frites, the steak tender and flavorful, the fries crispy and golden brown. And for dessert, you can't go wrong with the crème brûlée. It's creamy custard hiding beneath a layer of caramelized sugar. One bite and you'll understand why this dessert is a classic. But the best part about Le Petit Châtelet is the price. You can enjoy a 3-course meal here for less than you'd pay for a mediocre pizza back home. And trust me, this is anything but mediocre. This is honest to goodness, soul-satisfying food that will leave you feeling happy, full, and maybe even a little bit smug about how much money you saved. So, the next time you're in Paris and your wallet is feeling a little lighter than usual, head to Le Petit Châtelet. You won't be disappointed. So, there you have it. A little taste of Paris, from the grandeur of Versailles to the hidden alleys of the Marais. We've explored history, indulged in culinary delights, and maybe even learned a thing or two about ourselves along the way. But Paris is a city that demands to be experienced firsthand. No video, no matter how beautifully shot or cleverly edited, can truly capture the magic of this place. The energy of the crowds, the aroma of freshly baked bread wafting from a nearby boulangerie, the feeling of cobblestones beneath your feet. These are things you simply have to experience for yourself. So what are you waiting for? Book that flight, pack your bags, and get ready to fall in love with the City of Lights. Trust me, it'll be an adventure you'll never forget. And hey, if you happen to stumble upon a hidden gem, a tiny bistro with the best steak frites you've ever tasted, or a secret garden tucked away from the hustle and bustle, do me a favor. Keep it to yourself. Some secrets are meant to be shared, but others are best kept hidden, tucked away for those willing to wander off the beaten path and discover them for themselves. Paris is a city full of these moments, just waiting to be uncovered. So, go out there and find them. And when you do, raise a glass to the City of Lights, to the spirit of adventure, and to the transformative power of travel. Cheers, mes amis. Until next time. So, that was a quick bite of Paris, my friends. But remember, this is just a taste. The real city, with its hidden corners and unexpected delights, awaits your discovery. Get out there and explore. Thanks for watching. We hope this guide helps you plan your perfect Parisian adventure. Au revoir and happy travels. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for interesting facts.